Hello everyone, Pallytime here. Welcome back to Heroes of the Storm. In today's video, we are going to be playing as the new Sylvanas. Is this her master skin? Or no, this is her master skin. She received a lot of changes on the PTR last week, and those changes have now gone live. I didn't actually have an opportunity to showcase those with all the stuff that was going on in real life, but I'm happy to announce that I decided to say fuck getting a condo, and now there's so much less stress in my life. There's just way too much going on to try to do that right now. But we have Sylvanas here. She has a new heroic ability. It is called Mind Control. And it's pretty fun. I don't know how viable it is, but it's certainly a fun ultimate. I'm going to try to show it off today and maybe show you a new build that the great Gillyweed had told me about a couple weeks ago and just see how it works. Let's find out. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we find ourselves on the battlefield of eternity today, I believe. I still get this map confused all the time. We have a ton of damage on our team. Nova, Illidan, Tassadar, Sylvanas, and Kerrigan. The enemy team, Uther, Sylvanas, Jaina, Azmodan, and Lunara. So very, very weird setup by both teams. At level 1, we are going to go for Paralysis, which ups the duration of our trait. Our trait is Black Arrows, and whenever we attack a minion or a building, they're just gonna stop doing whatever they were doing. They're just gonna stop. They're gonna sit there. They're gonna think about all their life's decisions. Is this a spin of friendship? I can't fucking tell. Is this deliberate enough? You fucking bitch! How dare you! How dare you! I'm showing you nothing but kindness. Anyway. I am going to actually focus on my trait in this game. I'm going to try to slow down the enemy team as much as possible, and by doing that, hopefully increase the kill potential of my team. This should also help with Lunara. If Lunara starts to run away, we should be able to chase after her. Because she has that increased movement speed, I think this will have a meaningful impact on the game. But hey, that is just speculation. We'll find out. Our Q ability is called Withering Fire, and this has received some really good changes for basically just me in particular. With this change, I'm able to now join the rest of the world as I hold down Q and watch these projectiles shoot out into the world and deal damage. Previously, if you were using Quick Cast or, just the normal cast, whatever that's called, it would, that was how you did it. You could just hold down the fucking ability, and it would shoot out projectiles every now and then. The problem, okay, I gotta leave. All right, time to leave. The problem, it was for players that play with Quick Cast on release, like I do. Which means that I had to sit here and just endlessly, the whole time. Just this. The entire game. Not only does that lead to carpal tunnel, but man, it is fun to listen to for you guys, I'm sure. So that's been changed, and I can just hold down Q for forever, like everybody else, like all the normal people. We probably don't want this Azmodan just firing his laser on the dude, but looks like Azmodan doesn't know where he's going, so I'm just gonna shoot the dude. We are pretty even on the race. I think we're a little bit behind, but I do think our team has some better overall damage output. If the Azmodan doesn't go for laser build, I think we'll be good. Our W ability is called Shadow Dagger. We throw this out, it hits a target, and then spreads to others nearby. Really important ability, and one of the only ways that you can get sustain on Sylvanas. That being said, I will not be getting sustain on Sylvanas. I'll be going for a more control-oriented build to try to help out the flow of battle. I'm just gonna stay over here and attack this thing. I don't do a ton of, sustain damage or anything, but no one's over here to bother me, so I don't feel bad about this decision by any means. Let's just avoid all these projectiles. Kerrigan coming in with no health or mana. Hopefully she'll be okay. Kerrigan, baby girl, live for me. At level 4, regardless of the fact that I am indeed not getting the heal, or I think I am getting the heal, I'm not getting the vulnerability, so I take it back. I am getting the heal, not getting the vulnerability on our W. We are going to reduce the cooldown versus heroes. So whenever our dagger bounces to a hero, it's going to take 1.5 seconds off of the cooldown. Our E ability is called Haunting Wave, and this is going to allow us to throw out a wave of Banshees and then reactivate the ability to teleport back to them. Very, very, very strong mobility skill. Makes Sylvanas very slippery in the right hands if she's being played correctly, and is one of my favorite parts of the character for sure. I don't think I'm gonna be able to make it out of here if she decides to chase under tower. I do think she could have gotten the kill there. The friendly team decided rather than pushing, they're gonna go up top, not really do anything at all, and then come back to bottom. So we effectively got 0 pushing done there on either lane. And that is not what you want to do, ever. Just so we're all clear about that. I'm just going to try to poke with this. I don't want to get too close, because if I step out too far, Lunara is going to be able to chase me down. But again, we could just sit here and throw out that AoE damage whenever possible. It does have a pretty short cooldown in general, with only a 10-second cooldown. But we're going to be reducing it every time we throw it out too, if it does hit a player. So we're going to be constantly spamming that bad boy. The enemy team relocated up to the top lane, so they have a pretty even distribution now. We're going to try to take down these walls before they notice. Now, this is one of the coolest changes, I think. We all know that Sylvanas used to have a terrible ultimate called Possession. And it was terrible because, well, it was just bad. It was bad. Let's all be honest. It is a talent at level 7 that we can pick up. It has 3 charges. They all have a 12-second cooldown, and we are able to do a lot of split pushing with that whenever we want to. However, I am going to go for Unstable Poison just to counter the Azmodan. But I have been messing around with Possession, and it feels a lot better as just a normal talent rather than a heroic ability. Again, we will be going for Mind Control this game, so hopefully we can have some fun with that. What was hitting her? I didn't respond to that at all. I'm so sorry. I didn't respond to that at all. Maybe he'll chain it over to her. We never know. He didn't. He didn't. My bad, Nova. Oh, she's still going for it, though. She's hungry. She's hungry for that kill. So the talent I went for was called Unstable Poison. Basically, if anything dies with our trait on it, it's just going to explode and deal more AoE damage to things around what we were attacking, which is a pretty good talent in general, but it actually is really good versus an Azmodan, because an Azmodan floods the minion wave with minions of his own, and then we could just blow those up alongside everything else, as long as we're doing it right. See, that thing only lasted for like half a second. The objective is up, but it doesn't really seem like either team is going after that right now. They're still pushing in up top, and I'm dealing with this big ball of fun down here. Yeah, no... really? Okay, they're starting to move in now. I was going to say, I'm not really sure what the plan is all of a sudden. I do want to stay in lane and keep pushing if I can, but that is a little bit of a risky play. We do have the level advantage, and I would oh, I'm going to die. I would love to get us to the next level, but instead I'm just going to die to this Lunara. Good thing for me, Nova came down and at least made it an even trade, so we didn't just completely feed there. I did want to stay in lane and pressure this building because Sylvanas has always been really, really good at split pushing. But she does a deceptive amount of hero damage as well, and I hope I can show that off throughout today's video. We could probably get more damage out of other builds, but in my previous Sylvanas videos, I talked about the mentality of doing more hero damage because you're spending less time doing other things. I had a build for Sylvanas previously where I would just completely annihilate a minion wave within like 3 seconds. And then that freed up, you know, a ton of my time to just walk around and fucking beat up heroes. We're going to go ahead and use Mind Control on Lunara here, bring her back into my team. Never mind, I'm going to be stunned by the fucking Immortal. And therein lies the problem with Mind Control. What it does is it has a very generous range, as you can see here. It has a 1-second cast time to allow the character to react a little bit, not a ton. But then after that cast time, we are able to control the movement of our mind-controlled target for the next, I think, 2.5 seconds. Which, again, super strong. Allows us to walk squishy enemy team members right into the middle of our team and just punish them if everyone's on the same page. The problem is that Sylvanas herself cannot move at all during this time. She has stood still for 2.5 seconds and she is casting her ability, and that is all she is doing. So you want to throw out all of your damage over time stuff beforehand, and you also need to remember that you are very, very susceptible to any kind of interrupt. We're talking knockbacks, stuns, anything like that. So not a good ultimate to pick up versus maybe, oh god, let's go on a fucking journey here of names. Against Tyraels, against Chens, against ETCs, against more than one warrior of any kind, I would say. Don't pick up mind control. If the enemy team has a Lieutenant Morales or a Tychus that could throw grenades at you, don't do that. If the enemy team has a Falstad that can stun you in a variety of ways, don't pick up mind control. If they have a Gem Raider who can knock you back twice in one go, don't pick up mind control. Like, it's a cool ability and you can get a lot done with it in the right circumstances. But the enemy team could also just completely counter you whenever they feel like it. Now, that being said, if you use it at the right time and the stars do align, you can do a ton of damage with it. Now, I am very much aware that the enemy team is not preoccupied top anymore, and they may be coming to kill me, but I think I have enough time to finish off this stuff and then just casually leave. I'm still smashing my Q constantly. I still haven't learned. All right, we got the towers, so the wall will die very soon. Looks like Uther's running through the middle of the map right now. I was going to help, but he didn't get that far anyway. Do we want to steal their camp? I think that's a great idea. Again, our trait works on camps like this too. So while Illidan normally wouldn't take any damage at all, we are actually able to spread around our auto attacks or just stand next to something and hold down our Q, and we would be able to completely mitigate anyone from taking damage there, including ourselves. He's just a super versatile character who I think has gotten a lot better in this patch. Maybe you agree with me, maybe you don't. Again, I haven't done a ton of hero damage, but that's because I haven't been focusing on doing any hero damage at all. We have a team with fucking 3 other assassins on it. I'm just gonna let them do whatever they want to do, and then I'll push on the side, you know. They all pushed top during the boss phase, during the immortal phase, so I just went down here and I got a little bit of value out of our split push down here. We have the unstable poison at level 7, which means we're actually pretty good at doing this. And we do have the life drain on our W ability, so even if they do come and chase us away, we are able to heal a little bit using these talents. I'm not too sure why we're still trying to apply pressure to the middle lane at all, because there's nothing there. There's just nothing middle that we actually can apply pressure to. Can we save? He doesn't need saving, but I went ahead and used the mind control to stop Illidan from taking any more damage from that Sylvanas. He wasn't going to take any more damage anyway, but I didn't know that. I was just trying to be helpful. We are going to pick up Black Arrow Slows Heroes. Now, this one is a little bit unconventional. Gilly told me about it being used in some tournaments and, you know, kind of opened my eyes to the talent. So what we have here is Black Arrows now apply a slowing effect to the target. Now, any target we hit with our passive will be slowed down by 6%, and it's going to stack up to 5 additional times. So what this means is as we continue to deal damage to enemies in the middle of a team fight, all of a sudden they're going to start to get slower and slower and slower and slower. Now, normally this wouldn't be that good, but we did combo it with the extra increase on our trait time at level 1 with paralysis. So effectively, we can spread a slow out to the enemy team. With the cooldown reduction on our W and the increased trait time, we can keep that slow on the entirety of the enemy team as well, allowing our assassins to much more easily chase down squishy heroes that may be trying to evade them, and just control the flow of battle significantly more. And even if things aren't going our way and we need to back up and we need to get away from them, these talents will allow us to run away from fights easier. So you can see, as this is starting already, we're just going to go ahead and mind control the enemy team's Jaina, keep her still as our team runs in and just takes her down. Now look how slow Uther is here. He's not able to go anywhere. Kerrigan can easily land the combo, and we're just going to continue to slow down everyone on the enemy team. Or die, you know, whatever. I guess I did go pretty deep. But look at that control that Sylvanas can throw out all of a sudden. Now, by going for this talent instead of vulnerability, we are effectively lowering, well, I don't think we're lowering it, but we are changing the type of utility that we can provide. Instead of giving vulnerability to everything, we're instead forcing everyone to move much slower around the map, which, you know, could be good, could be bad, depending on your team comp. But it is a lot of utility for a specialist to have. Probably some of the best. And, you know, I didn't make too many plays with that mind control, but it certainly has its place in the right setting. Not every game. The silence is still good. Wailing Arrow is still incredible. You could pick that up and just absolutely own face with it. But if you want to take a break from Wailing Arrow, you know, just use possession. Run people right into the middle of your fucking team. At level 20, I actually would have gone for Fury of the Swarm there, or Fury of the Storm. Fury of the Swarm is Kerrigan's version, just to increase our AoE damage output. Or you could get an even better mind control, which would allow you to sprint heroes into the middle of your whole team. You know, it's an okay ability. You can give it a go. I've definitely had a lot of fun with Sylvanas. I've been playing her a ton today, and she feels really good in the spot that she's in right now, especially with Possession being at a talent tier that's all about split pushing anyway. That makes a lot of sense. So well done, Blizzard. I commend you. You don't get complimented enough. Everyone's always talking about their problems. But I think you did a good job with Sylvanas. So again, the build Paralysis at level 1. We combo this with Overwhelming Affliction at level 16, increasing the duration on our trait, as well as applying a stacking slow to it. Then, to combo with that again, we get a cooldown reduction whenever we hit heroes with our W ability. To combo with this, at level 13, we get a heal on our W ability. Level 7, you can pick whatever one you want here. Again, I went for Unstable Poison to directly counter the enemy team's Azmodan, so he could not stack up a ton of minions, and I could easily kill them. Whichever ultimate you want is fine, depends on the situation, and whatever the fuck you want to do at level 20 is fine as well. Thank you all for watching today's video. Hope you enjoyed it. Please don't forget to hit the thumbs up button, and I will see you all next time.